check, mic check. Good day, buenos dias, bom dia, buongiorno, bonjour, et shalom. Just many ways to say good day, because that is exactly what today is. Today is the present, that's why it's a gift. Today is also an opportunity to do things correctly, to get your rituals in, set your good habits, set your intentions, and dedicate today to someone or to a cause. And just begin to breathe. Nice even inhales and exhales through the nose. Long line of energy from the tailbone to the crown of your head. Starting in a Sukhasana, cross-legged, seated posture. Shoulders drawn down away from the ears. Arms extended. And finding calmness in every breath. Allow your knees to fall towards the ground, creating more space in your hips and in your back. Now, in order to find some more relaxation, stillness, and calmness, serenity, I invite you to come along with me as we have a collective Om from wherever you may be. I'm reporting live from Miami, Florida, USA. Not sure where you are, but let's have a nice collective Om so we can tune into our bodies, tune into our rhythms, our frequencies, and our wavelengths. Hands up to the sky. Bring hands together at heart center for Samastitihi. And after a nice deep sigh, take a nice deep inhale. And let's have a collective Om. So with Om, you want to start with your mouth nice and wide, starting with the Ah, and then going to making your mouth circular and going Oh. And finally, when you get to the you let it resonate and vibrate, and you feel the vibrations in your throat, which activates the chakra here. So let's try that again. Nice deep inhale in, hands to heart center, and out. Hopefully this helps you feel a little more in tune with your body. Hope you felt the vibrations in your throat. Hope your chakras were activated. Now let's commence some 3-part breath. Place your left hand on your belly and your right hand on your chest. When you inhale through the nose, you fill up your lower belly first, then your ribs, and then your chest. You pause at the top of your inhale, and on your exhale, you compress the chest, then the ribs, then the belly. Then you pause at the bottom of the exhale, and you fill up the lower belly, then the ribs, and then the chest for the three-part breath, which promotes relaxation. It instills calmness and is a great exercise when you're feeling stressed out or if you're having trouble making a decision and you need to take some time to think about it. Pull out the three-part breath exercise and you'll see what the wonders that it can do. So inhale, fill up the belly, then the ribs, then the chest. And notice how much of a deeper inhale you're actually getting. So you're getting a lot more oxygen flowing through your body. And with proper posture, it's allowing all that oxygen to flow, which is what we call pranayama. And it's going all through your body, going to the parts of your body that need the oxygen, that need the life. And on your exhale, you're getting rid of all your toxins, all your negative thoughts, all that carbon dioxide that's going to feed the plants. And then they're going to do their three-part breath and exhale oxygen, which is going to circulate back to us. It's all circular, and it's all part of the pranayama from Pachamama. And throughout the sequence, I want you to continue to focus on your breath and keeping it even and steady and controlled and thoughtful. So continue with the three-part breath. The breath should be a bit audible so that you hear it. You're not trying to keep your breath to yourself. You're trying to get that breath out into the world and bring in the world inside of you. Make your way onto all fours. A neat little trick you can do if you have a little bit of knee pain. You can fold up the mat a bit, just where your knees are going to be. So it provides a little bit of extra cushion. And the tops of your feet are pressed against the mat. Your knees are stacked underneath your hips at hip width distance. Your hands, you have your fingers spread, index fingers pointed directly forward, parallel with the outside edges of your mat. Your elbows are stacked over your wrists, shoulders stacked over the elbows. You rotate the elbow outward so that the eye of your elbow is pointed forward. And now you're in tabletop. Now we're going to switch over to Ujjayi breath, which is the breath that you normally do throughout your yoga sequence or your vinyasa flow, and it's a victory breath. So once you've successfully made your way into the posture, you tap into your Ujjayi breath, which is an ocean sounding breath, also known as whispering sounding breath, and it's the breath that you tap into because you're victorious. Victorious because you're on your mat. Victorious because you successfully made your way into the posture and you're comfortable in it. And breathing in Ujjayi and victory breath is proof of that. It's also an effective way to let the pranayama flow while you're in your postures. Pranayama is also the flow of energy. So look at that oxygen as energy flowing through your body. So inhale, make your way into a cow pose, raising your gaze, dropping your belly, and pushing your shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, push against the mat around your spine. Shift your gaze over to your navel for a cat pose. Inhale back into a cow. And these cat cows are a great first little posture of the day. Let's say you're in bed, you want to roll over and do some cat cows. It's a good way to warm up the spine, warm up the neck, and provides a little lubrication for your whole spine. Because getting out of bed can be quite painful sometimes. You might wake up with some pains. You might wake up tight. You might wake up sore. So this is a way to alleviate a bit of that. After your cat cows, extend your arms forward a bit more and spread your knees so that they are at mat width distance, and make your way into a child's pose. Child's pose is also a pose that you can go to whenever you're feeling short of breath. It's always an option for a posture that you feel is a little too difficult or not part of your practice. And it's also a great little stretch when you're waking up in the morning. It helps you lengthen the spine. Return to tabletop. Bring the knees back under the hips. And drop your left shoulder down to the mat. And reach the left arm towards the right side of your mat. Extend the right arm forward. And shift your gaze over to your armpit, to your right armpit. And tap into that Ujjayi breath. Long line of energy in the spine. And you want to get a couple of breaths in every posture. A good rule of thumb is anywhere from 3 to 5. Turn the palm in front of your face. Press down against the mat to rise up. Returning to tabletop. Inhale another cow. Exhale another cat. Return to tabletop. Now lower that right shoulder to the mat. Take your right arm to the left side. Extend the left arm forward and shift your gaze over to your left armpit. And breathe. Never abandon the breath. Breathing is important. Return the palm in front of your face. Press down to rise up. Return to tabletop. Move your hands forward about a hand width, about a hand distance. Curl your toes and push your hips up and then back for downward facing dog. Important to have a long line of energy here in your back. Since it's the first downward dog of the day, it's a good idea to maybe walk it out a bit, bending one knee, extending the other, vice versa. But most importantly, keeping that long line of energy in the spine. And once you've mastered or tapped into the long line of energy of the spine, then start driving those heels towards the earth and letting that head hang like a mango and trying to kiss those armpits. Slowly begin inching your hands back to meet your feet at the back of the mat. Once you've reached your feet, round your spine, let your head hang, and vertebra by vertebra, articulate up slowly and controlled. Finally, roll your shoulders back. Can't you already feel that energy? Excuse me. From the back of your mat, let's take some grounding steps, activating our parabanda, which is our balance through our feet, through the four corners of our feet.
Battery 100%. Connected to delete your iPhone.
Hey Corin, I'm glad that the hip openers have been helping your MS. I'm really glad to hear that. I was just dealing with a few technical issues, but now I'm making my way back to the mat. Thanks for your patience. Sorry guys, dealing with a little technical issue, but I think we're back in live. So, where were we? Taking our grounding steps, establishing our parabanda. Just start feeling out those four corners of your feet and keep your toes nice and loose. Although the toes do play a role in your balance, when you're in your yoga postures, the balance of your feet should come from the four corners of your feet. And that your toes should be able to wiggle and be nice and soft. But for the purpose of this sequence, I'm going to do it from the side of the mat just so you can see the postures a bit better. Also, when you're establishing Padabandha, you have the option of either having your two big toes together and your heels slightly spread apart, creating a little bit of a triangle, or you can keep your feet in the same angle and bring them at hip width distance. Either or is correct. It just depends on what your body tells you, and it depends on your body structure. We all have different shapes of bodies, and some things feel right for others and wrong for others, and vice versa. Make your way into mountain pose. So establish the roots of your feet, activate your leg muscles, your calves, little micro bend in the knees, your thighs, your hamstrings, your glutes, and you're also waking up all these body parts. And by just sending some blood and some pranayama to them, you're giving them a little shot of energy, a little shot of oxygen. Tuck your tailbone underneath your hips so that there's a long line of energy from the tailbone to the crown of your head. Your shoulders are drawn down away from the ears, creating length in the neck. Your palms are facing forward, as if holding two heavy buckets of paint so that your arms are hanging low. And the crown of your head is going high. Your chin is parallel to the earth. And you're tapped into that Ujjayi breath I mentioned earlier. Audible inhale through the nose, followed by a pause at the top of the inhale, and then an audible exhale through the nose, followed by a pause at the bottom of the exhale. There's also a bit of a constraint in the back of your throat when you're doing this breath, which is what gives it its sound, that ocean sounding aspect of it. Now for the following portion of the sequence where we open up the shoulders, the upper back, and the neck, I want you to maintain this active alignment with your mountain pose. Because that's what mountain pose is. You're just aligning yourself in an anatomical position after being in bed, laying like this, laying like that, laying like this. You need to lengthen. You need to straighten yourself out. Bring your arms out alongside, bend the elbows at 90 degrees, and bring that left elbow underneath your right. Cross your forearms, and then bring your palms together. Raise your elbows up to shoulder height, and then take those elbows away from the shoulders. Drive them away, splitting apart your upper shoulder blades, splitting apart your upper back, creating space there, giving your spinal column room to move. Yet you're maintaining your Padabandha, you're maintaining your breath, you're maintaining your focus, you're maintaining your mountain pose. Exhale, release the grip, bring the arms out along the side, and let them fall. Welcome to do a few circles with the shoulders towards the back. A few circles with the shoulders towards the front. Raise the arms out along the side. Elbows bent at 90 degrees. Bring the right elbow underneath your left. Cross the forearms. Bring the palms together. Raise the elbows to 90 degree. Raise the elbows to shoulder height. And again, draw those elbows away from the shoulders, creating that space in your upper back. Breathe. And don't allow your thoughts to stray. Be focused on your body, be scanning, be listening, be present. So release the palms, unhook the forearms, bring your arms out alongside, let the arms fall and roll the shoulders back a few times. Roll the shoulders forward a few times. And bring that left hand across your back so that it is on your right side. And then with that hand, you're going to grab your right elbow. You're going to bend your right arm and grab your left elbow. And breathe as you maintain the rest of your body in mountain pose. Focus on your feet and keeping that balance, keeping that parabanda. Exhale, release the left elbow. Now release the right elbow. And again, roll the shoulders back. Now bring your right hand to the left side of your body. Grab that left elbow. Bend that left arm and grab that right elbow. Tuck your tailbone underneath your hips to create that long line of energy. And again, breathe. Avoid dumping in the lower back here. Just because your forearms are on your lower back, you should still have that tailbone tucked underneath with the micro bend in the knees and the shoulders still drawn away from the ears. Everything else remains constant in the anatomical neutrality. Continue to scan your body. Continue to listen. Continue to be present. Now release that right elbow and release the left elbow. Get those shoulder rolls in. Palms facing forward. Take your left hand straight up in front of you and touch your left shoulder blade. Grab that left elbow with your right hand, rotate it inward, and push that elbow back so that your hand slides down your back. The rest of your body is still in mountain pose. Keep your head straight, chin parallel to the earth. And just breathe and relax and melt. And with every exhale, you melt deeper into your stretch. With every inhale, you better your form. And then on the exhale, melt. Move the hand from the elbow. Allow your hands to fall down to the side. Look up to roll the shoulders one more time. And bring that right hand straight up in front of you. Touch your right shoulder blade. With that left hand, grab that right elbow, rotate it inward. And drive that right hand down your back. Maintaining your gaze forward, maintaining your chin parallel. Maintain your breath and your concentration. Exhale, release the elbow and bring the hands back down to your sides. Roll the shoulders if you'd please. Now we're going to place our hands together behind our backs. Also the option to just simply press the knuckles together if that's not part of your practice. Let's see what my body allows today, because I'm not able to do that every day either. So when I can't, I just bring my knuckles together. I'm going to turn around just so you can see it a bit better, what I'm actually going through on my back. See, I can't quite put my palms together, so I'm just going to focus on what I can do by listening to my body and only bringing the knuckles together. I do quite a bit of swimming, so my upper back is a bit tight, which is why I like to focus on these exercises. Although they seem simple and passive, throughout time they make quite a difference. Exhale, release, and return back into active alignment in mountain pose. And while you're in that mountain pose, actively aligning yourself, let me see if there's any other comments here. Nope, just Corin thanking me for her hip openers and how she really enjoyed them during our last practice. But don't worry, Corin, we'll be right back there soon. Still in mountain pose, drop your chin, and we're going to do half moons with our head, using our eyes to trace the imaginary collar on our shirt, or the actual collar on your shirt if you're wearing one. This is a slow and controlled movement, very precise. Start making your way towards the left. Once you reach the left, let's make our way to the right. Now we're making our way back to the left. You're not swinging your head here, you're just allowing your neck to go through all the natural movements and create length. Make your way back to the center. Raise your gaze directly forward. Reach over the top of your head with your left hand so that your left middle finger is just above your ear. Pull your head over to the left and draw that right arm to the ground. And you push into your hand with your head as you pull on your head with your hand for that yin-yang effect. In yoga, there's always a push to every pull. There's always a root with every rise. It's never just a one-way movement. It's always a two-way street. You should be feeling this stretch along the right side of your neck. Exhale, release the head. Return to center. Reach over the top of your head with your right hand so that your right middle finger is just above your left ear. And you pull the head down to your left side, to the right side. Excuse me. Draw that left arm down to the ground and push into that right hand with your head. That actually allows you to stretch a bit more. So don't just crank on the neck, don't just pull on it. Also push into that hand to establish this yin yang. Exhale, release the head, return to center, and let's do a bit more, a couple of more half moons. So drop the chin and take the head to the left, half moon to the left. Let's do a little half moon to the right. Now let's return to center. Raise your gaze and actively align yourself again in mountain pose. Inhale, take your hands to the sky. Extended mountain pose. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Imaginary ball of energy in between your fingers. Your fingers are active. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Samastitihi. Heel toe your feet outward so that your feet are just wider than hip width distance. Bend your knees, drop your hips, and press out into those knees with those elbows, and press into your elbows with your knees. Make your way into Malasana pose. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears, long line of energy with your spine. Your heart is shining. Your hips are opening. There's strength and there's ease here. From here, make your way onto your back. And let's begin the next portion of our sequence. Before we do that, let me see if there's any comments. Corin is asking, do I miss Costa Rica? Yes, I do. But it's actually a bit of a relief to teach indoors for a couple of days. During my Costa Rica sequences, I was quite sweaty dealing with the humidity. But thanks for asking, Corin. So just lay down on your back in a shavasana. Tap back into your breathing. Tap back into your body. See how this feels compared to standing, because we're essentially in a mountain pose here, but laying down. Bend your knees. Interlace your fingers. Grab those legs and bring your thighs to your chest for a little hug and a little mini alignment. Exhale, release the fingers. Drop your feet down underneath your knees with your heels near your bum. Extend the left leg and fold it over your right leg. Grab your left shin just below your calf with your right hand, and grab your right shin with your left hand and hug and pull those thighs towards your chest. The lower you grab on your shins, the deeper the stretch. For somebody dealing with a lot of physical limitations, This is a great option that you can do from the ground if you have a lot of trouble with standing postures. These postures right here are really passive yet effective in dealing with back pain, hip pain. Because if you have nice open hips, that'll alleviate a lot of lower back pain, because that's where it stems from. Exhale, release the shins. Drop the right foot down. Shift your hips over to the left side and allow your knees to fall to the right side. You can keep your arms out alongside with your elbows bent at 90 degrees. And the goal here is to keep the left shoulder rooted down. Don't let the twist affect your shoulders. And breathe. Inhale, raise the legs back up. Extend the left leg. And bring your knees in for a hug. Exhale, release the hands. Drop your feet down. Heels near the bum. Extend your right leg. Cross it over the left. Grab that right shin with your left hand. And that left shin with your right hand. And pull those thighs towards your chest. Breathing. Listening to your body. Finding comfort in the stretch. Exhale, release the shins. Drop the left foot down to the mat. Bring your arms out alongside, elbows bent at 90 degrees. Allow your knees to fall to the left side. You might get a little crack there. Maintain your right shoulder rooted down. Once you're in your posture, just focus on having a nice even breath. Inhale, bring the legs back up. Extend the right leg, drop it down, and give your knees a hug. Exhale, release the shins. Drop your feet down underneath your knees. Heels near your bum. Extend the left leg. This time just cross it over, creating a figure four. Placing the left ankle on the right thigh. Now raise the right leg up. Your right knee bent at 90 degrees. You reach through the elbow. You reach through the window of your thighs. Interlace your fingers behind your right hamstring. And you pull back on that right hamstring. Keeping the left elbow wedged upon your left inner thigh. Opening up that left inner thigh. Right foot flexed. It's an active part of the stretch. This is reverse pigeon. Exhale, release the interlace. Drop the right foot down. Place your palms flat on the mat. Shift your hips over to the left side of the mat and allow your left foot to fall to the right side. Grab your left ankle with your right hand, and your whole right leg should be flat on the mat. Keeping both shoulders rooted down, allow this leg to fall away from you. This is the active part of the stretch as you're opening up that left inner thigh away from you. But still keeping the left foot rooted down. Padabandha with your left foot. And you're breathing here comfortably and relaxed. You can even extend the left arm. Shift your gaze over to your left shoulder. Exhale, release the left ankle. Bring your legs back up, shift your hips underneath. Extend the left leg, drop it down, and give yourself another hug for a little mini alignment. Exhale, release the interlace, drop your feet down, heels near the bum. Extend the right leg. Fold it over so that your right ankle is on your left thigh. Reach through the windows of your thighs. Interlace your fingers. Pull back on your left hamstring with your left knee bent at 90 degrees, your left foot flexed, and your right elbow pressing open that right thigh. In this reverse pigeon. Nice controlled breath, nice controlled posture, nice little hip openers. Exhale, release the interlace, drop the left foot down, palms flat on the mat. Shift your hips over to the right side of your mat and allow your right foot to fall to the left side. Your whole left leg is flat on the mat. Your right foot is flat on the mat or on the earth. You're grabbing your right ankle with your left hand and you're shifting your gaze over to your right shoulder. But yet you're still driving that right thigh away from you. So this thigh is going that way. Exhale, release the right ankle. Bring the legs back up. Shift the hips underneath the center. Extend the right leg. Again, give those knees a hug. This is the mini alignment after those twists. Drop your feet down. Knees underneath your feet underneath your knees. Heels near your bum, and then heel toe those feet out to hip width distance. Bring your arms out alongside. Bend the elbows at 90 degrees and commence with windshield wipers, nice and slow, because it's not raining hard, it's just a slight drizzle. Allow the knees to fall to the left side and remain there. Option to put the left foot on top of the right thigh for a deeper stretch. Maintain the shoulders rooted. Maintain an even breath. Maintain your focus. Exhale, release the foot. Drop it down along the edges of your mat. And again, commence the windshield wipers. And this time, let your knees fall to the right and rest there. For a deeper stretch, you have the option to place that right foot on the left thigh, which just allows you to sink a little deeper. Remove the right foot. And again, windshield wipers. Pause the windshield wipers and give your knees another hug for a little mini active alignment. This time, kiss your left knee and kiss your right knee. Widen your thighs and bring your elbows inside of your knees. Grab the outside edges of your feet. Lean back, root down the shoulders and the tailbone, and press those feet up towards the sky like as if they were pushing through your hands. And at the same time, pull those feet down with your hands for that yin yang. Just keep that tailbone rooted. Option to wiggle or rock side to side, massaging those lower back muscles. Exhale, release the feet. Bring your soles together and allow your thighs to fall to the side. Option to rest your palms on your inner thighs. Tap into the now, eliminate those foreign thoughts. Remove the palms. Extend your legs. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears. And allow yourself to melt. Let the blood flow. Let the oxygen go where it may go. Now it's just the time for reallocation of blood and oxygen. You've just given your body a whole bunch of medicine, and now this medicine needs to make its way through the body. That's why Shavasana is the most important posture, also known as corpse pose, where you just fall and melt onto your mat like wax on a surfboard in the hot sun. You're breathing normally through the nose. You're in a moment of complete relaxation. Exhale as deep as you can. Inhale as deep as you can. And as you exhale, start to wiggle your toes and your fingers, bringing life back to those exterior limbs. Roll the wrist a bit, the ankles. Wake up those muscles again. Just send a little shot of energy, a little electricity to each one of those muscles. Raise your thighs up so that they're 90 degrees from the earth. Your knees are bent at 90 degrees. And you fall over to the right side. Take your right arm straight up and so that you can rest your head on your bicep. With your eyes closed, you're imagining yourself as a baby in a womb, as a pea in a pod. And ask yourself, what type of person will you be when you're reborn? The kind that smiles and says hi and brings joy and positivity to everyone? Yeah, that's the one. Bring your left palm down flat in front of your face and push down to rise up and make your way into a Sukhasana, cross-legged seated posture. Shoulders drawn away from the ears. Remind yourself of who you dedicated this practice to or what your intentions were. Slowly open the windows of your eyes and tap back into your setting. Integrate yourself into your surroundings by seeing, hearing, breathing, tasting, feeling, activating all your senses. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Let's have another collective Om, starting with the Ah, then the O, and then the Mm. Inhale deeply. Ah. Lovely. Thank you for letting me guide your practice today. I hope that your chakras are awake, that your muscles are awake, and that you're feeling a little more limber and loose and positive and happy. Peace out, guys. Have a wonderful day. Hey, Corin, that's great that you're moving to Port St. Lucie. Actually, I'm gonna go surf there this weekend. And I'm glad you like those stretches. Yeah, they are. These stretches are great for surfers especially. I surf quite a bit, so I'm always feeling a little tight from sitting on the board a lot, from swimming a lot, and just from the overall beating that your body takes from surfing. But I had no idea that you were dealing with multiple sclerosis, which is what I believe MS is. And yeah, this sequence is intended for those that don't really want to have such a strenuous sequence and that just kind of want to open up their whole body nice and passively, perhaps after a workout. This is a great sequence. But I'm glad you liked it, Corin. Have a nice day.